The movie begins with a girl named Bai Yitong, who just woke up from her sleep. Yitong isn't what you'd call a pretty girl. She's been considered ugly since she was a child. During her school days, she had to endure bullying from her classmates. Her high school graduation, in particular, left her with a bitter memory that still lingers. Back then, Yitong had the chance to sing on stage during the graduation ceremony. But instead of applause, she faced ridicule from the audience. This painful memory has stayed with Yitong as her 20th birthday approaches. Despite all this, Yitong holds onto a strong hope in her heart. She prays for a transformation into a beautiful girl, someone to be liked by many. By becoming beautiful, Yitong hopes her life can change, and she can find happiness. The following day, Yitong heads to the campus on her bicycle. Along the way, she notices people looking at her with admiration, making her feel like the center of attention. However, Yitong herself is puzzled by this sudden change in people's behavior towards her, not realizing that she has transformed into a beautiful person. When she gets to her classroom, Yitong decides to sit next to a girl named Jin Yuan. Jin Yuan is also captivated by Yitong's beauty, and they quickly become close friends. As the evening approaches, Yitong encounters Jin Yuan from a distance and enthusiastically greets her. To her surprise, Jin Yuan acts as if she doesn't know who Yitong is, leaving Yitong feeling confused. That night, while Yitong is asleep, she has a dream. In the dream, she stands in front of a mirror and sees a more beautiful version of herself. This beautiful version offers to share her beauty with the original Yitong for 12 hours every day, from 6 in the morning to 6 in the evening, but only for 1 month. Without hesitation, the original Yitong agrees to the offer. The next day, Yitong finds herself engrossed in watching people play basketball on the campus field when a basketball suddenly heads her way. Another student, Shodong, picks up the ball. Surprisingly, Shodong was Yitong's friend from high school and someone she had a secret crush on for a long time. Back then, Yitong had a plain and unattractive appearance, so she kept her feelings hidden. But now, she meets Shodong again on campus, and he doesn't recognize her because she has become incredibly beautiful. In the evening, after her classes, Yitong returned to her original appearance and started her part-time job at a cafe. Surprisingly, Shodong arrived at the cafe with the intention of applying for a job. Yitong was taken aback to see Shodong, while he still thought of her as his high school friend because he believed she was the same as before. This encounter brought them closer once again. One day, while on campus, Yitong heard about a partner dance party in her department. This news led many guys to approach her, wanting her to be their dance partner. Feeling uncomfortable and bothered by the attention, Yitong decided to hide in a room. Unexpectedly, Shodong was also in the same room, tidying up some things. Both of them were surprised, but managed to come up with an excuse to stay hidden. They waited together until the crowd of guys pursuing Yitong had left. During this time, Shodong started to develop feelings for the beautiful Yitong, and they both felt embarrassed about it. While working at the cafe, Shodong asked Yitong to teach him how to dance. Initially shy, Yitong eventually began teaching him. During their time together, Shodong sought advice from Yitong on how to express his feelings to a girl so that his love would be reciprocated. Hearing this, Yitong began to suspect that the girl Shodong was talking about might actually be herself in her beautiful form. The following day, while Yitong was on campus, Shodong gathered his courage and offered her a bouquet of flowers, asking her to be his girlfriend. Unfortunately, Yitong declined his proposal because she knew that Shodong was attracted to her for her outer beauty and not her inner self. Despite the rejection, Shodong didn't give up and continued his efforts to win Yitong's heart in various ways. As time went by, Shodong persistently tried to surprise Yitong and make her see his sincerity in wanting to be with her. His consistent efforts began to thaw Yitong's heart, and she started to consider his feelings. One day, Yitong encountered Ruochang, a high school friend who had once humiliated her during a school art performance. Ruochang was now bothering Jin Yuan, who didn't fit society's standards of beauty. Yitong immediately came to Jin Yuan's defense, and her transformation into a stunningly beautiful girl surprised Ruochang. This only fueled Ruochang's resentment towards Yitong even more. The following day, Ruochang secretly trailed Yitong and stumbled upon the truth about Yitong's beauty, which only lasted until 6 in the evening. Not long after, Yitong and Shodong found themselves alone in the classroom. Yitong then posed a question to Shodong, asking if he would still love her, even if she wasn't beautiful anymore. This question surprised Shodong, and he immediately replied that he would love Yitong no matter what. This brought relief to Yi-tong, yet she was also anxious because she wanted to reveal her secret behind her temporary beauty. Unfortunately, she couldn't disclose it as the clock struck 6 o'clock in the evening, and she had to leave before her original appearance was exposed to Sho-dong. As Yi-tong was about to leave, she was bewildered when the classroom door suddenly locked from the outside. To her surprise, it was Ru-chan who had intentionally locked her inside the classroom in hopes that Sho-dong would discover Yi-tong's true appearance. Yi-tong asked Sho-dong to turn away and not look at her face. Initially confused, Sho-dong eventually complied with her request. Yi-tong then sought Jin Yuan's assistance to come and unlock the door from the outside. When Jin Yuan arrived, Sho-dong left them alone, and now Jin Yuan also knew about Yi-tong's secret of reverting to her unattractive appearance after 6 o'clock in the evening. Fortunately, Jin Yuan remained by Yi-tong's side and continued to support her. Upon hearing this, Yi-tong was moved to tears by Jin Yuan's acceptance and lack of judgment based solely on her appearance. The day of the dance party had arrived, but there was a change in the schedule. Originally set for 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it had been rescheduled to 7 o'clock in the evening. This threw Yi-tong into a panic because by 7 o'clock in the evening, she would have reverted to her original unattractive form. However, Jin Yuan reassured Yi-tong by pointing out that everyone would be wearing masks at the dance party. With this in mind, Yi-tong decided to attend the party. During the party, Yi-tong received an invitation to dance with Sho-dong. However, her behavior while dancing seemed odd, causing Sho-dong to become slightly concerned. In truth, Yi-tong was acting strangely because she didn't want Sho-dong to discover her unattractive appearance when she returned to her original form. After their dance, Ru-chan called both Sho-dong and Yi-tong onto the stage, claiming they were the winners of the best dance. However, Ru-chan's real intention was to embarrass Yi-tong once more. On stage, she deliberately removed Yi-tong's mask, leaving everyone stunned as they saw Yi-tong's true appearance. Even Sho-dong, who was on stage, could only remain silent. Feeling incredibly embarrassed, Yi-tong decided to leave the party. Meanwhile, Sho-dong finally understood what Yi-tong had meant earlier. He remembered hurting her feelings when he admitted he didn't like her less attractive appearance. Sho-dong desperately tried to find Yi-tong and tell her that he truly cared for her, regardless of how she looked, but it was too late as he couldn't locate her. The following day, Sho-dong continued his search for Yi-tong in the places she often visited. Unfortunately, he couldn't locate her, and it appeared that Yi-tong had completely vanished from his sight. After some time, Sho-dong approached Jin Yuan to inquire about Yi-tong's whereabouts. Jin Yuan shared with Sho-dong that Yi-tong had transferred to a different department. Armed with this information, Sho-dong promptly headed to the new department in search of Yi-tong. Eventually, he found her studying in a classroom. There, Sho-dong opened up about his true feelings to Yi-tong, assuring her that he cared for her regardless of her condition or appearance. In the end, they were happily reunited. Moral lesson from the story: in life it's not always about having a pretty face, but like eating a delicious pizza. The crust might look a little funny, but it's the cheesy goodness on the inside that really counts.